Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where we're going to be checking out a little bit more of the band Girlfriend. Now, interesting enough, this is a band who we first listened to months ago and heard one of the original songs, really liked it, heard another one of the original songs, really liked it, and then heard them doing covers. And there's been a lot of talk about their cover songs, actually. We heard them doing a Perfume cover, and now we're moving on to them doing a cover of KYARY PAMYU's Fashion Monster, which is a very popular and famous song by the same producer who brought us Perfume. Strangely enough, I'm wondering if there's some sort of company connection. As always, you guys who know more about the artists, let me know. But they've been a band who I've quite enjoyed. They musically, their sound is not that unique, and yet what we really noticed, especially in the Perfume one, is that they had a fantastic way of taking covering the song by taking what was good about it and reinterpreting it. So everything sounded incredibly different, but they were sourcing their ideas, sourcing the way they put the sound of the original into their band sound very well. It was a fantastic rearrangement. So it wasn't just the bass covering the bass and the synths being covered by the guitar. They really moved things around. Now, I'm really interested to hear this because this is, like I say, a very popular KYARY song. It's not my favourite. I thought the video was really fun to the original, but I thought the chorus is a little bit lackluster. It is, however, very much an interesting song musically. So I'm really interested to see what they bring to it. Anyway, enough waffle from me. Let's dive straight in on this one, and we're going to be listening to, as I say, Girlfriend covering Fashion Monster by KYARY PAMYU PAMYU. Let's give it a go.
Fashion Monster, Fashion Monster, Fashion Monster.
They noticeably do not have clocks on their guitars. Just saying.
Fashion Monster.
Again, the bass line's great. The music seems to be following the original more faithfully this time. Nice. I mean, it's much more faithful, but it's got that sort of nice live band, jazzy, very earthy feel to it, which is nice. Much more delicate than the original, for better or for worse. I can see why they picked this song now, actually, because the drumming as well, there's a lot to play with in just the way you handle the instruments. You can really feel the feeling coming through the playing. Great bass work again.
Fashion Monster, Fashion Monster. 鉄の首飾りを外してただ自由に生きたいだけ。Fashion Monster, Fashion Monster, Fashion Monster, Fashion Monster. 「
They really picked the sounds for the instruments really well as well. The mixing and production, as mild as it is really on point. And multiple vocalists really works well for the song as well. They're bringing out so much of the song, so many good things that you don't even notice in the original. Okay. Yeah, so we got a lot to discuss on that. Loads to unpack there. I think a lot of the things about that are very straight shooting, but really should be complimented in the, yeah, I did think that was a really fantastic cover. Now, like I say, when I first went into that, I was really interested in why they had picked this song. It's not exactly the immediate one where you think, oh, that's the song you really want to cover by KYARY. And yet, when you hear it, I guess, when you hear the original, let's put it this way, you kind of think this is fun, and the video is really detailed, but you don't hear much of the detail of the song because of just the way it's produced. It's very sort of funky, very poppy, but there are lots of great things. I mean, for example, the drum beat is the one you really notice in this. The drummer is fantastically copying the original and bringing out highlighting in this sort of simpler mix of instruments, you know, without the computer production and just with, you know, live musicians and hearing the touch and feel of it. It's really highlighting how interesting the beat is actually in the original, because she is copying. Like I say, she's not adding so much, she's doing a fairly faithful copy to the original beat, and you suddenly go, so like in the second verse, yeah, actually this is a really interesting beat, and now you're hearing it played by a live drummer with that extra feel and with the extra emphasis on certain like hits of the snare and things and certain runs. You suddenly go, this is actually a really interesting beat. The bass player, as usual, kind of going a little bit off target, you know, following some of the original and adding little extra elements as well. Just the bass was great, as always. Seems to be the heart of this band. She seems to be really good at carrying things along. We always say that Japanese bassists, especially in these female groups, are really amazing and, you know, add so much more. When you get a lot of hate, again, to sort of slam on Western artists, but you hear a lot of Western artists of certainly this level of fame, you know, not super famous, and usually the bass guitarist is just kind of following the general feel of the song, but really at the heart of this, adding funk, you know, sort of shadowing certain guitar lines at certain bits, accenting bits. The bass really links the guitars to the drums in this in a brilliant way. As before, the guitar was fairly simple, straight shooting, as you'd expect in a song like this, but it was nice. The choice of guitar sound, the choice of distortion sound, etc. was really great. Like I say, very mild production and mixing aspects added to this song, but the ones that were added were brilliant, and it was great, especially for the solos. Added a lot to that. Well, I say solo, it's kind of the riff, isn't it? And the vocals, having multiple vocalists doing it and, you know, sort of layering up in the chorus was a great choice. Now, like I said, I like the original. I like pop sounds. You guys know, if you've been following the channel, I like everything from metal to pop to hip hop. I appreciate all sounds in their own level, but I must say that whereas I always found the original version of Fashion Monster always felt like it wasn't the greatest, this really helps highlight that the song is much better than it comes across in the KYARY version. I think the production lets it down by getting a little bit messy and not emphasizing the right things, whereas this, a stripped back version where they just play the song for what the song is. I've got to admit, I actually prefer this to the original, which surprises me. Like I say, not that I'm wowed by the original, just that I kind of always thought it was a song that was good but a little bit messy, that maybe it didn't have that much potential in it. But when you hear it played stripped back like this and with a proper attention to detail and playing it with feeling, it is just amazing how well it comes across. So yeah, I think they've done a wonder here. Again, I have nothing against the original material, and obviously at the core I want to hear more of Girlfriend's original material. But it does really strike me very hard that they are very good at rearranging songs. I don't know if they do these rearrangements themselves. If they do, I'm mighty impressed. I'm really blown away. I mean, they might have people helping them with the rearrangements, but they just seem to have a real ear for picking the right songs to rearrange and doing them in a fantastic way. I should quickly call out, as I think I did in the last time I saw one of their live studio videos, I did say before, and I think some people might notice this, some might not, the video you're seeing is not like a live studio video. Let's just be clear on that. They recorded the song first of all, and then they've gone back and they've performed several times, because you can see that the camera shots could not possibly have all been from the same take, as you would have seen the camera people in them. So this was filmed as a music video, but in the studio to make it look like you're seeing studio live. To be honest, I think you should really consider this as a recording with a simple music video. So and I did like this one, unlike the previous one, the Perfume one. This one seemed to play to that a bit more. You know, you had the shots were all lined up, almost like fashion shots. They clearly all been done up to look their coolest and were sort of playing right to the camera. There was lots of cool looks and swaggy sort of stances and things. Nothing against that, just, you know, like I say, for something which is a studio live recording, don't get this confused as being a live recording, because I'm pretty sure that this is, I mean, if they had done it badly, they would have given themselves another take, and what you're seeing on the video is not the same performance you're hearing, or at least maybe one take is, but let's just put it that way. So I am viewing it through that lens, but even through that lens, I do think this is really nicely put together. And I think that if they had done this from themselves as doing a heavily produced studio recording of this, it wouldn't have come across as well. It is the fact that you can hear the touch, the way that they play it, the fact that they've added a delicacy to this song that has allowed it to shine, that has allowed the actual quality of the song to come through. And like I said, one of the big things is the chorus feels much more impactful in this version of the song. I do believe that is because of the fact they have the layered vocals. Everything about this really highlights what a fantastic band they are musically. Maybe not the most complex stuff, but there's a real feel, a delicacy, an accuracy, and a knowing quality to how they play the songs, how they fit together as a band, how each member does what they do around each other. There's no sense that they're sort of vying so much for being the front member, as everyone's just working together as a unit. And I just think this is, again, like with the last one, obviously I want to give the main credit to the songs they write and the songs that are theirs, but I do think these covers really highlight a quality to how they just approach music as musicians. So from that perspective, brilliant cover, really loved it. As always, really like to see what you guys think. Get in the comments, tell us what you think. We've got links in the description to all our social medias, so if you want to give more suggestions for what we should listen to next, best place to do it is get on our Reddit. If you do it on the YouTube comments, I might miss it. I do read all the comments, but I don't have a chance to react, and I can't always, don't get a chance to react to every single one. I don't get a chance to copy down all the links you send me. So get in the Reddit if you really want me to definitely see your suggestions, and obviously give us your opinions here so I can think about them, and it can help me as we go through hearing more of these bands, especially like Girlfriend, who are quite a small band still, and yet obviously are making some waves. And as always, if you want to get on our Patreon, we offer little things. There's going to be more and more bonuses and benefits related to that towards the end of the year. But for now, from Japan, thank you so much for tuning in. Until we see you hopefully quite soon, ciao ciao.